What is going on, YouTube? It's your boy Duftonbond, and we are back with another video. I'm on my second account, and I know it's been a while, but I found this awesome deck that I thought I'd show you guys. It's this giant skeleton goblin barrel type of deck that I've been using a lot on this account, and the goal of the deck is to get the giant skeleton to tank their crown tower, and then you throw out the goblin barrel behind it, and then it just does so much damage. It is awesome. And so I put also the baby dragon and the minion horde in the deck as my kind of defense. I love the splash damage that the baby dragon gives, and I think that since it's so tanky that it doesn't die to like lightning or fireball, it's just an awesome unit for defense. And then also the minion horde is really, really good, especially because it either they use their zap on it or their arrows on it, and then they have nothing to defend for the goblin barrel, or they use their arrows or zap on the goblin barrel, and then they have nothing to defend the minion horde. And so it's this kind of like trade-off. Which one would you rather deal with? And that's what makes the goblin barrel so strong, is that even if they counter it, you still have like this other really OP unit without like a counter now. And then finally I used the bomb tower, which I think is the most like busted defensive unit in the game, which is so strong. And if you can't beat it, I'd say use it. It's almost always will give you a positive elixir trade, and it's one of those units that's just so good for defense. So I highly recommend putting that in your deck. And then finally, my last two cards, Zap is such a value card when it comes to spells. It can take out any goblin spears or goblins, and then also if they have a minion horde, which many people run, even if it's like level 8, it still does enough damage that your tower can one-shot all the rest of the minions. And so it's been a great card to have in my deck because I get a lot of value out of it. And then finally, the Goblin Spears is just, I think it's the best card in the game. So much value, so much like pull. If they have a prince, you can pull it into the center. It's just, it's a great card. Highly recommend using it. But that's the deck. Not everyone has all these epics, I know. If you don't, like, Goblin Barrel is pretty much irreplaceable. But other than that, Giant can be replaced with the Giant Skeleton or P.E.K.K.A. or even like Knight or something. As long as you have a tanky card that can be used to tank while the Goblin Barrel does its damage. And then Baby Dragon can always be replaced with Wizard, Witch, or any other real splash units, or even Bomber, I guess. And then Freeze Spell can be replaced with arrows or Fireball or another unit of your choice. It's really one of the more flexible cards in this deck that you can choose to run or not. But I thought I'd hop into some replays and show you just how good this deck is. Looking at my last log, lots of victories. Obviously there's some defeats in here just because it's not really possible to win every game. There's always going to be someone who has way higher level cards, but as you can see, it pretty much just it wins most of the games that it plays, and if you use it right, it can climb you a lot of trophies. So I thought I'd hop into a replay here. There's one that was really good. This one of the closest replays I've ever had. But we start off, he's a level 7. He throws out the little wow and then good luck to show that he doesn't think that I'll be able to beat him, or that he knows that his cards are a lot higher level than mine. But unfortunately, he starts out with all 4 of his spells, and so he throws out the arrows, which wasn't the right card to use. Definitely should have used the zap instead. But he decides to play the P.E.K.K.A. on the right side, while a goblin, our giant skeleton is already going on the left. So we overkill this push way too hard. We throw out the whole combo, but it wasn't really necessary. He wasn't even trying to defend it. And now we have nothing to defend this P.E.K.K.A. Prince push as well. So we go into the trading 1 tower for 1, which I was fine with doing because it didn't really make a difference. Now we're kind of both on an equal field. And then he clips the end of my goblin spears with that arrows, so that was unfortunate. But now we're just going to reset. We have 3 extra elixir from him, but I didn't know that. And generally, when you're playing against someone who's a higher level, you want to be more cautious with your elixir rather than just going all out and using it. But he plays this P.E.K.K.A. back here, and so I decide to play my giant skeleton as well. But unfortunately, the giant skeleton's movement speed is faster than the P.E.K.K.A.'s, and so they'll probably meet up about the middle, even though I deployed my skeleton a bit later. And then I play the minion horde behind it, but unfortunately he plays his minion horde as well, and he totally wins that trade just from having cards that were a higher level. But I was fine with that, because he didn't get any damage onto our crown or king tower. So I throw out these goblin spears, and he throws out the arrows for the goblin spears again. I have no idea why. That's not a good counter at all. But now he's going for another push on the right side. And right here, this guy's way too cocky. He's going for the 3 crown when it's a very close game. There's only 30 seconds left, and he should definitely just try and get the 2 crown win, which would be so much easier to do. But then again, I freeze, and he zaps my minion horde and completely takes it out, which means that like my freeze was pretty much useless, and now he's got this push on my side, and I didn't realize he had freeze until now, and I should have played the giant skeleton, but I thought the game was over here. Luckily, I was able to hold on with my life and get the crown tower with like 319 hit points left. So I throw out the combo, and now I just know I have to defend. I know that my goblins will take it out, and right at the last second, I get my freeze down to stop the prince from getting off that last hit, and we win the game. So that was such an epic replay. Just showing how strong the deck can be and how much damage that combo did. Like once they got on the tower and it was undefended, and the giant skeleton was just hitting the tower, plus the goblins do so much damage if they get onto it. So I thought I'd hop into another replay, and then I'll explain from there. Be back in a sec. Okay, so we're hopping into the second replay here. We're against a level 8, with level 3 epics, level 5 and 6 rares, and level 8 commons. So I know that this is a pretty massive difference for my cards, but it's fine because I know that if he's at this level, that there's probably a pretty big mismatch in skill, and so I'll be able to beat him, hopefully, just by outthinking him, I guess. So for most of my cards, there's either a 2 or 3 level difference, and I gotta make sure that that I don't try and fight them head on and always make the positive elixir trades on my side of the field, which is a trick that you should use every time you're trying to think about where's the best place to fight. So he throws out this giant barbarian push, which I can easily take out with my bomb tower, and with the help of the minion horde, which does so much damage. Even though they're only level 5, it's still one of the best cards to try and take out a push like this. And then he misses those arrows and allows me to get his tower down to 1,000 HP, which is a pretty good start, and I still have an elixir advantage. So once he plays a bomb tower, he plays it as soon as he gets the elixir instead of waiting until he had 10, which is a mistake. You should wait until your elixir is as big as possible just so that you can make a move based on what the other guy plays. But now I know that my baby dragon will take out his bomb tower before his baby dragon takes out mine. And now I'm just going to wait until it locks onto my giant skeleton before taking it out with spear goblins and the help of my tower. And then behind the giant skeleton, I play my minion horde, which now he's just going to arrow, so that freeze was a pretty big waste. But it's fine because we still made some good elixir trades beforehand, and it wasn't the biggest deal that we lost that one. That goblin barrel placement also was quite bad. You should try and spread them out so that there's one on each side, just so that the bomb tower can't take them out in one hit. But he has barely any air damage troops. Like, he has the bomber and like the giants and the barbarian and stuff that really can't take out my minion horde other than his arrows. And he never uses like his musketeer's baby dragon on those pushes. So now that we're into overtime, we get a ton of damage on with that goblin barrel. And now we just know that we have to bait out his arrows and then just throw out a goblin barrel freeze to take the game. So one of the best ways to bait out those arrows is by using the minion horde. And even though his baby dragon would have taken it out, he still throws out the arrows, which shows that he isn't like the most experienced player at the game. And so we throw out the goblin barrel and then throw down the freeze. And even though he tries to play that bomb tower in the back, it's too little too late, and we take the win. So that was a pretty awesome replay. And then I want to hop into my final replay here, which was going against the guy that got me into Arena 6. And it was also a pretty epic replay. So let's hop into it. So we're against a level 7 as a level 6. These matchups aren't too big of a difference in terms of card level. So it hopefully will be a bit easier to take the win. I start off with the giant skeleton just because it's a pretty great slow push card. And then I can see what he kind of does next. So he's now at 10 elixir, should really be playing something, but he took too long, and it lost him a bit of elixir that he otherwise would have had. But he's got the perfect deck to be countered by Bomb Tower, with Barbarians and Spear Goblins and Goblin Hut, and like Valkyrie, Wizard. All of these cards are easily counterable by the Bomb Tower. But I froze and I made a huge misplay here. I thought the freeze would go off before the Wizard had time to shoot off a shot, but it didn't, and I wasted so much elixir, and he gets a ton of damage onto my left tower, as well as still has the Wizard going on my right. So now we barely have any elixir, and for some reason we decided to throw out that goblin barrel, which was a bad play as well. And so right now we're just playing very stupidly, and he has so much damage on the left side, and we have no elixir as well. So we really just got to slow this game down, and as soon as I get the 5 elixir, I put my bomb tower down in an attempt to kind of stop the Valkyrie from taking out that tower, and in order to slow the game down. So now we're just going to wait. We're going to build up to 10 elixir, even though he's got a ton of damage on both my towers. Unless he has a way of finishing off that damage, then we're still in an okay position because we can hopefully win the game 1 crown to 0. So we've got this slow pushing giant skeleton on that one side, and then we throw out the goblin barrel, which was really good since the giant skeleton was tanking, and we get a lot of damage onto that side. And now our goal is just to try and stop his push on the left side from getting any damage. So we played the bomb tower down, and now we just want to slow the game down again. His tower is at 784 damage, and it's about to go into overtime, so we know that this game is winnable. And then he throws out the thanks, thinking that that rocket will take out my crown tower, but unfortunately for him, it was not enough, and so his little BM didn't work, and I wanted so badly for him to lose just after that such an early BM, even though he wasn't going to win. So I throw out this goblin barrel, and it takes the tower, and I was just like, yes. And so I throw out the thanks in order to show my little BM. I rarely do any BM like that, but when he did it beforehand and didn't even get the win, I thought it was justified. But I hope you like this deck. I highly recommend trying it out. It's really, really good and just a lot of fun. Just because it throwing out that goblin barrel and seeing how much damage it does, it's an awesome feeling, and it definitely will climb you some trophies. So I'm going to post a video from my main account very soon. I've got this deck which I really like, and I think you guys will too. But until next time, it's been your boy Duftonbond, and I'm out. See ya.